Hello there, this is your friendly neighborhood apostate. Today, I'd like to make a video to talk about my art practice. I've read to you before some parts of my book, which I have three books that I published. I have a book called Escaping Jehovah's Witnesses. It's 100 pages, and half of it is poetry in French, and the other is autobiography. So just a series of memoir. This one is a comic book that this is what it looks like. So it tells of it's on grayscale, and it tells of my baptism and some parts of my life in the organization, working in construction. There's actually uh, in a description of how to be a drywall taper in construction. So it's very well made, I find. My third book is The Old Blue Plant. This is the story of a junkie who is a girl that is living in the streets of Montreal, and she's living in in the sewers, and has a friend named Stefan, and he has a rat, a pet rat, and the story is about her getting a job, trying to get a job, and then we as readers we want to see if she has a job or not. So it's 8 pages and colored. So these are my three self-published books that I did in I think 2016, was it 2016, 2017. Um, I also worked on my website, and in those 2 years, my website, which is lamauditemisère.wordpress.com. So HTTPS double slash la maudite misère, LAMODITEMISERE.wordpress.com. So I have a blog there that's pretty long, a lot of content, um, and some photos of my drawings and photos of some performance work. So you should check that out. I hope that this video is going to help you to get to know me, because I find I have a need to be understood. Um, and my artist statement is: my art practice is a way to grow emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. My art is self-development. It is related to identity. It is for social justice. The medium is multimedia. It testifies of resilience. My art is a way to exist. Um, and it is my career. Two words can explain my art: health and fun. From the mind to the heart, my work is to stop thinking and connect to my body, using nonverbal, truer type of communication to tap into more primal states of flow, in being, in expressing emotion in non-harmful ways. So I would recommend, like, some of my best work was, like, recently I've participated in a radio program called RTNT with the Progress Place. It's a mental health institution place, and the radio show that I was a part of is the first 4 episodes. The fourth episode is episode Mental Health and Circus, and so I've written the questions to interview the social circus group, and I had the idea to go in and do an interview with them, and I did the edit. I participating in the editing, and I was the host. So a big, huge part of the show was made by me. So I recommend that work, and there's a link in the bottom if you research it. Radio Totally Normal Toronto, Progress Place podcast. There's a link in the bottom that would uh, send you to my circus performance of 2014. So that's my best work, I'd say. I was with the circus troupe in Montreal, Le Cirque Hors Piste. So I definitely recommend you check that out. It's some of my best work. Um, yeah. Um, so some of my biggest clients, I have that in my press kit. I was working with the activist group, doing interviews, doing protests. I did a 6 month training in multimedia that my animation promo was presented in the subway stations of Montreal. I performed as a hip hop dancer at New Dance Studio. Uh, I performed in theater, circus, and comedy shows with St. Justine Hospital in at the YMCA with an attendance of maybe 150 or 50 people. Did a graffiti program also at St. Justine Hospital. We had I participated in a mural outside and also in the halls of the hospital. The performance, the circus performance, uh, the best show that I was talking about was in Quebec City at the Capitole de Quebec. Um, one was at on St. Catherine Street, another one at Les Bains Mathieu. So I did that for a good 2 years. I've done a lot of yoga. Um, did a musical tempo percussion show. I was working at CBL 101.5 FM, Radio Anonyme, as somebody who's doing radio articles on a weekly basis for 2 years. I did a mural at the University of Toronto. I participated in a movie that was for Saint Justine. I did exhibitions at Sketch. I did performances with my guitar, poetry slam. I did a stand-up comedy show with Mood Disorder Association called Laughing Like Crazy, which you can also find with my RTNT, well, with the RTNT Progress Place radio podcast. There's a show on comedy and mental health that I participated in. We interviewed somebody from the Laughing Like Crazy program group with creativity and I don't remember. I received the grant for my comic book that I just showed you. I participated in stop motion animation. I participated at Fringe Festival as an exhibitor, and I did participate in the Flash Mob as a co-facilitator. And the Flash Mob we did twice, and we did a podcast on it also. I did some shows with the choir at Workman Arts. I participated in a showcase at Workman Arts as in the choir and doing stand-up comedy, and also at a show called Being Seen, which I had three portraits that were on display. And I painted a mural at Daniel Spectrum in the piano. So if you want to reach me, my contact number is my phone number is 647-323-2997, 647-323-2997, and my email is gaetangenesse@gmail.com, GAETANGENESSE. And very soon I'm gonna have an article in the newspaper because I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, so I got an interview with a journalist for a French newspaper called L'Express, and I'll keep you in touch when I receive that, and So just to tell about my story as a Jehovah's Witness, and as well as presenting my art. So the goal of this video is to be more understood as a person, and to communicate with people, and be more understood. Yeah. So hopefully you have fun looking at uh, going to investigate on me, and comment. And if also I'd like to know about because I've received a few comments and had a few views, and I'd like to know about what helped you heal after the Jehovah's Witnesses. Um, for me, it was my art practice that helped me a lot in seeing a lot of mental health workers to teach me how to be more functional, and etc. So I'd like to know about what helped you. So thanks for listening. See you.